What did you call me? Gotcha, didn't I, you little sucker?
You know, that's just like, your opinion, man.
Fuck you too!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We return back to Cinema Depths on possibly one of my favorite topics to do with film of all time, cosmic horror coming at ya. People have discussed cosmic horror kinda to death in the underground layers of society. Its influence can be seen everywhere, from something like Alien with H.R. Giger's work, to other influences that may be a little less obvious, like True Detective Season 1 specifically. There are people who have explained it a lot better and in a lot more depth than I'm going to, because I realize that the information already exists out there. So I'm going to link a really good video below. Check it out. Dude does a phenomenal job. But I myself had the introduction to Lovecraftian literature when I was, give or take, 14, 15, and I kind of never looked back. It was phenomenal. I ended up practicing my writing style around his, and now if I'm ever to write something, that's damn near all I write about is cosmic horror, because it's such a fucking beautifully fascinating subject. For the most part, it's been rather untouched in the realm of film in the mainstream. It's something that's very hard to capture on film unless given direction by a talented writer and director. The concept itself of cosmic horror goes beyond the realm of a scary monster, a poltergeist, a haunted house. It is more so the feeling of dread you get when you think about just how small you are in comparison to the rest of the cosmos and what else is out there. It is stuff that makes you question your entire being, so it is therefore not limited to a thing, but more so an idea, a concept, a theme. There are so many well-known quotes taken from Lovecraft himself. He was, and a lot of people love to destroy his work by mentioning how foul of a human being he used to be. When I look at art, I can see the art itself and remove the artist from the art. Some people can't. That's their baggage, that's fine. Lovecraft was a very weird child. His father died when he was young. His mother went to an insane asylum. He was very secluded, very isolated. He was tormented by nightmares constantly of various things that would come to him, and he would write religiously to the point that he would go over the same notes and scribblings till the point it was maddening, till he got every sentence perfect in his eyes. And so therefore some of his stories can be a bit of a hard read. He didn't actually become successful until after his death. He managed to get some of his works published in short story issues whilst he was around, but he didn't actually see any kind of recognition or success until later on after he died. And as a result, he influenced people like Stephen King. The book It, for example, is heavily influenced by him. The Mist is just straight up Lovecraftian cosmic horror. But the thing is that Lovecraft was, and you have to acknowledge it when you talk about him, unfortunately, is that he was a racist, he was a sexist, he was a classist, he was if there was an ist, he was probably it.
The rapist. Hey.
But the thing is that you have to understand, and I'm not making excuses, but the dude was severely traumatized as a young kid, and he hated everyone equally. So I kind of see it as like, even if I was around the dude, he'd probably fucking hate me too. But you cannot deny his impact in cinema, literature, in horror, in general. Horror. If you love horror, sorry to say, you love Lovecraft's work. It is what it is. I'm not here to talk specifically about cosmic horror as a theme or what the intricacies of it are, because like I said earlier, there's plenty out there to dive into about it, and it's all fucking fascinating. Love it. What I am here to do is recommend some not so known movies that go kind of under the radar for you to watch, that are honestly amazing for cosmic horror. So after that god-awful intro, my goal is to try and recommend anything that I think you would find some enjoyment from in this realm. Here we go. Everyone already knows there are some major players in this genre of film, this very niche subgenre. The major player, probably the biggest one, is The Thing. The Thing, everyone knows The Thing. It's a masterpiece, probably my favorite horror film of all time. It contends with a couple of others, but it's probably, at the end of the day, it's my favorite. Then you have Alien. And on the other side of that, you have direct influences such as Evil Dead with the Necronomicon.
Treated to a small cabin in the solitude of these mountains. Here I continued my research undisturbed by the myriad distractions of modern civilization and far from the groves of academe.
For those who don't know, Lovecraft kind of invented the Necronomicon. Another major player is The Mist, as I mentioned before, but the film. And I'm only mentioning these to rattle them off so that people don't suddenly come at me with the energy of, oh, why don't you mention this? Why don't you recommend this? It's because, it's only simply because everyone already knows about them. I'm trying to stick to what you don't know. The Void is another film that people have clued onto maybe the last 5 or 6 years. It's made some waves.
What? Jesus Christ. What the fuck are you doing, Beverly?
This isn't my face.
There are episodes of Love, Death and Robots. Love, Death and Robots was huge, but there are some episodes from that, such as Beyond the Aquila Rift, which was so good I actually went online and bought the original book. I'm very proud of it. I've got it encased. It's one of the original prints that short story was based off. There is also an episode called Swarm and Bad Traveling. They are both really fucking cool too. And another one, Annihilation. Annihilation made big waves too. Annihilation is a very well-known cosmic horror. And The Blob. The Blob.
I'm with Meg Penny, and Brian Flagg was here earlier.
Flag? Where is he now?
Those, as far as I can tell, are some of the most known mainstream cosmic horror movies or bits of cinema to date. So, without further ado, here we go. In no particular order, I'm just rattling these the fuck off. Probably super obvious. I don't script these videos. Just take it as it comes, please. Work with me, I'll work with you. So, for the first movie, Star Kid.
What is this?
I'm fucking with you. It's Paul.
Oh, I have wasps in my brain!
She'll be fine. That happened to me the first time.
No, but seriously, without further ado, here we go. Number 1, I'll say Color Out of Space.
It's in the static, it's in the moisture. It's in here, it's out there. And what's out there is in here now.
Everything's under control.
Why are you so in denial? That ding from the meteorite changes everything around it.
It's just a color. But it burns.
Do you believe me now?
I don't know what I believe anymore.
Another film that made big waves, but in my opinion not big enough to warrant not being on this list. The story is about a family that lives on a farm and a meteor crashes, which sends them all slightly insane in their own individual ways that clash. The color, the alien color that is intangible, is slowly eating away at the entire vicinity that it occupies until things become so crazy. There's some insane shit that goes down in this movie. For any of you psychonauts out there, it has one of the most accurate acidic LSD visuals I've ever seen in my entire life. There are some phenomenal representations of madness, and the eye candy is limitless. Love it. For such a short budget, it is phenomenal, and I'm so annoyed the director turned out to be a fuckhead, because I was so keen for his Lovecraftian trilogy, but now that's probably never going to happen. Next up, I'm going to mention The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 version specifically.
They come from a dying world. They drift through the universe, pushed on by the solar winds. They adapt, and they survive. The function of all life is survival. Sleep, sleep, sleep. From deep space, sleep. The seed is planted. Sleep, sleep. Terror grows. Sleep.
Matthew! Matthew! Matthew!
Like the others.
Elizabeth, wake up! Get you when you sleep.
This is another one that's fairly well known, but I feel like as the generations go on, it is slowly dying out, so I just want to revitalize that a little. This film's premise is aliens are invading, pure and simple. How do they do it? You go to sleep, a pod person is formed next to you, it kills you in your sleep and takes your place, you have no personality. But people don't know what's going on. All that they know is that their loved ones suddenly aren't acting like their loved ones anymore.
No.
We're synchronized on all that.
Have you actually seen anything?
We don't want to create a panic.
We have the primary authority in this matter.
Extremely cautious.
Now, what,
I think the horizon looks bright.
Another more low-key but recent one was Apostle. Apostle was a really fucking good one.
Thomas, your sister. She's gone. These people, they're blasphemers. A cult. A disease. Bring her home.
This is about a guy who is sent to investigate a kidnapping on an island ran by a weird cult. I believe it is set in the early 1900s, but the visuals are stunning. A lot of these have great visuals. I cannot even come close to telling you. This dude has made such a big splash recently, I can't even describe. But Robert Eggers, The Lighthouse. Is about two gentlemen who are stationed, as you guessed it, at a lighthouse and are left to their own devices for months and months and months on end. Phenomenal. Watch the fuck out of them. Slither. Slither by James Gunn, of all people.
From Universal Pictures comes a film so shocking.
We've got a real problem here.
So disgusting.
Don't let him in your mouth!
It will change the face of horror.
They're doing things to people, turning them into some kind of monsters.
Fucking beautiful. I'd say quite a few millennials and shit have seen this movie, but if you're younger, watch the movie Slither. It's these little slithery things that control people's brains, and there's a patient zero, and that patient zero starts spreading the bullshit to this little small town. Really cool film. From Beyond.
Every journey begins in the mind. A flight of imagination. A vision of what might lie across the universe, or within the deepest regions of the subconscious.
From Beyond is a very niche movie. It's in that weird kind of time frame in the 80s where practical effects were, in my opinion, damn near at their best. People were kind of experimenting with all this wacky bullshit. This one is about two scientists who crack the code for the pineal gland in your brain that apparently comes out and is linked to another world. And they dabble a little too hard. One of the scientists gets sucked in, the other goes mad. So police are investigating just what happened, and now there's a risk of bringing these fucked up creatures that took the original scientist coming out into the real world. That's a very interesting one.
He'll devour us and the rest of the human race if he can!
You're so beautiful.
Please, Crawford!
It won't hurt. I promise.
I'm just going to rattle off a few John Carpenters. Obviously The Thing we've touched on, but there is The Prince of Darkness. This one's a really cool one.
A life form is growing out of prebiotic fluid. It's not winding down into disorder, it's self-organizing. It's becoming something. What?
It's about a bunch of science students that are kind of pawns in a greater game devised by their professor. He knows that there's this device that can link to the other side of the cosmic realm, and he's using his students to help him carry out an experiment that unfortunately leads to quite a few deaths in the most bizarre ways. This one's a treat. It's very beautiful, but also very niche. I'm just gonna stop saying these are niche. They're all fucking niche. They're really niche. In the Mouth of Madness.
I need to know if he's alive or dead, and I need that book.
It's a setup. I just have to work out how it's set up.
Kane's writing has been known to have an effect on his readers.
See this? It's a map. This whole thing has been staged.
This one is a weird one. It isn't downright scary, but the more you think about it, the more it is. The premise of this one is that there's an insurance investigator, and he discovers people have been going insane after this phenomena where people read this horror writer's books. With him going to investigate this author, it takes him into a world that he can no longer come back from, and the rabbit hole goes very, very deep. Then the last John Carpenter that I'll mention now is They Live.
What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Wake up! They're all about you, all around.
They Live isn't afraid to get wacky. It's not afraid to throw punches at itself with some humor here and there, but it's really cool. It's about this dude who gets these pair of glasses where he can see the aliens that have taken over that are under the human skin, but no one else can see it. He can also see the facade that is human society. He looks at money, which is a really cool one, where it says, "I will rule your life," and shit like that. It's really cool, and it's up to him to kind of pull the wool from our eyes and show us. Dagon. Dagon is honestly a sleeper. I didn't know that it was going to be as good as it is. The poster, the trailer, whatever, it doesn't do it justice. Dagon is really fucking cool. And it gets into it really fast. The film kicks off after the first maybe 10 minutes and it's just non-stop from there on. But it's these two couples, they're in their boat, they hit some chop out in the ocean, they have an accident, but luckily there's a lakeside village right there to help them. But unfortunately, these people that live there are a little fishy. My biggest thing is with these movies, I'm trying not to give away anything, so we're going rapid fire mode. I think this was a Netflix movie, but this made some waves. The Ritual.
It's been gutted. Could be hunters out here. Bait, possibly. Or it's the bit they don't show you in the nature documentary. It's a warning.
We shouldn't be here.
The Ritual is about these dudes, these friends who go out camping in the woods or hiking in honor of one of their mates that died, and they encounter some weird fucking shit living out there. Really, really dope. I'm trying to read these all off my phone, by the way, but my list is only so long because there's been quite a few new ones I've seen. Another kind of cult classic is Event Horizon.
18 people on board this ship when it disappeared. I want them all accounted for.
Opening outer door.
It came back, abandoned.
Any crew? Negative. This place is a tomb.
But it didn't come back alone.
If you haven't seen Event Horizon, it's the direct inspiration for Dead Space, the video game series. It's about a ship that figures out how to travel, not light speed, but like damn near teleport to different locations across the galaxy. And unfortunately, in the first trip this ship makes, just disappears. No one knows where it is, but it comes back later. And so a team is sent out to investigate where this ship has been. Turns out it went to hell and it's come back. And god damn it, it hasn't come back alone. Enough said. A really corny one. Really corny. This is probably the shittest movie I'll recommend from this list. Deep Rising.
No. They're dead in the water.
I got a really bad feeling about this.
The ship's infested.
Let's get the hell out of here!
Deep Rising is a really cool, corny 90s fucking movie where there's these bank robbers who want to perform a heist on a cruise ship, but upon arrival, the cruise ship's dead, the crew are all missing, blood's everywhere, they don't know what's going on, but there are some weird sea monsters around that are going to have some fun with them, and it's about their fight for survival and to get out. Now that premise, in a better director's hands, would be damn near masterclass, but it's not, and it's a cheese fest, but a really good fucking cheese fest nonetheless. Tasty cheese. So this came out very recently. This came out in 2024. This one's called Azrael. And I can't say enough good things about this one. I don't even know how to describe what this is about, really. There's a world where I guess demons now are present around and they're attracted to blood and sound. So if you make a sound, they'll come a-running. Also, if you bleed, they'll come a-sniffing. They're more so just like these walking zombie demon dudes who know how to sprint as fast as Usain Bolt running away from a fucking gun. It centers on this one girl's survival against an encampment / cult that have kicked her out in the past and are trying to sacrifice her to these demons. And all of them have had their throats kind of fuckied. It's this kind of process I imagine they do when they're babies so that they don't make noise for the demons to come and take them away. This one's really popular in the underground horror community, but I want to throw it in anyway. The Ruins.
They won't let us leave.
Why are they doing this?
It has something to do with the ruins.
Based on the terrifying bestseller.
Get off me! It's inside me. I want to cut it.
The Ruins is sexy. That's all you need to know. So there's these kind of 20-year-old, 30-year-old people that travel out to these ruins, these Mayan ruins, and they're told not to go there or whatnot. There's these tribe motherfuckers that kind of force them to go up there by attacking them, and so they go to the top of these ruins. Little do they know they're now stuck there because all the vines around them eat flesh and people. And so they're stuck at the top of these ruins fighting starvation, their own sanity, and these killer vines. Really cool movie. Watch that shit. This one is very underrated. Some people say it's straight out dog shit. I don't agree. I think the dog shit vibe comes from the fact it might seem a bit pretentious, but I find it more fascinating than pretentious, and I think it's just a really cool concept. I'm glad it was made into a movie. Vivarium.
Do you have children?
No. It's not exactly what we're looking for. That guy was so strange.
Yeah. Wait. No, I don't think this is the right way.
Yeah, this is the way we came in.
Number 9 again. Did we just do some kind of loop?
How have we just...
Want me to drive? Such a jerk. Because I think this is not possible. We can't make turns like this over and over.
We have gone this way, Tom. Oh my god. Hello?
Vivarium is a very cool movie about how people hate fucking kids. People hate kids, but it's told in a very kind of maddening way. Not like The Babadook, but in a cosmic, unsettling way. There's this couple, they get sold a house. The house that they get sold is in this unlimited neighborhood that just never ends, and they are forced to raise this baby, and the baby ages very rapidly, but it's about their descent into madness. And there's something fucking wrong with this kid. So this one, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but I'm not really. And I feel like I'm spoiling it also at the same time. So I'm gonna just tell you this film, watch it. I'm gonna tell you nothing about it other than that the script is a fucking masterclass. And if I was less lazy, I'd do an entire video on just how this script is fucking masterclass. Circle from 2015. Watch that. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Watch Circle.
Stop. Don't move. They can see us.
I'm gonna chuck this one in. Creepshow.
Jolting tales of horror. Creepshow.
Creepshow isn't exactly a cosmic horror because it's, I don't even think this is a word, but it's anthological in its design where it's multiple different short stories. But there are a few in there that definitely fall under the cosmic horror banner, especially the one with Stephen King in it where he's on a ranch and it's slowly taken over by the plants and whatnot. I'm kind of grappling with myself as to whether to recommend this film or not. I feel like plenty of people have seen it and some of the people who have seen it think it's shit, so I don't know. But Splice, I figure I'll throw that out there.
Days within a matter of minutes.
She's perfect. We'd crossed the line.
What did you expect when you made it? Didn't you have a plan?
You can't let her out. Specimens need to be contained.
Don't call her that.
What's going on?
That's about the two scientists. They just happen to make a new person, I guess. I'm literally drawing a blank on some of the shit. It's these scientists who create this new living being, but it turns out to be a weird biological insect woman-man thing that Adrian Brody fucks at some point in the flick. That's what everyone remembers it as. Anyone who's seen it goes, Adrian Brody fucked that thing. I guess watch that. I guess if you fancy seeing some shit like that, go for gold, Trooper. Don't let me stop you. Also a film called Suitable Flesh that has a very sexy Heather Graham in it.
Yeah, come on.
Lisa! Lisa! What have you done to me? I can't do this.
Sorry. Wrong number. This is a magnificent body. It suits me.
What's going on with you?
It's not amazing by any means, and it's kind of shit, but you find yourself getting sucked into it and you can't look away. It's got a really interesting ending, and it's more or less about an entity that swaps bodies with its victim, and it uses its victim's body to kill itself and give itself into another. It's very fucking weird. If you run out of films, it's a nice one to watch on the down low, and if you got a partner, it might make you freaky. Check it out. The Reanimator.
I've broken the 6 to 12 minute barrier. I've conquered brain death.
His experiments have always been unorthodox.
It was dead.
But lately they're getting out of hand. And he's just made a discovery that could wake up the dead.
The Reanimator is top notch. I fucking love The Reanimator with all my soul. It's this dude who works at Miskatonic University, and he stumbles across the ability to resurrect corpses, and he sees it as this amazing venture that he can save lives, when really deep down he's actually doing it just because he fucking can, because when these corpses come back, they're no longer the person they used to be, and he's grave robbing to do it, or he's stealing bodies from the university's hospital where they are not meant to be taken from. But it's a dark comedy, really cool. I will say though, I think it's Bride of Reanimator, the second one, is even better. Holy shit, the finale. Those are a must watch. Definitely have to watch Bride of Reanimator. Get that shit done, son. And speaking of the old Nicolas Cage earlier, fucking Mandy.
So what you gonna do with that thing?
I'm going hunting.
So what you hunting?
It's crazy evil.
You think you're so in love? I'll show you love.
Oh man, they wrong with you. You exceed the cosmic darkness.
Mandy's very popular though. I just figured I'd also bring that up, so I'm not going to bother. Fuck it, I'll tell you. So it's a psychedelic cult. They come across Nick and his missus. They kidnap his missus in front of him, leave him for dead. So he goes ape shit. But the cult also has these weird foreign demon alien biker gang that protects them, and he ends up sipping the juice that these biker gangs live off, and he just becomes this unstoppable killing machine. Very, very fun movie. But a slow watch. Like if you're a kid watching this and you go, yeah, I'm gonna go watch Mandy because it's really fun, it's fucking, you know, killing here and there. You're watching it for the wrong reason. In fact, you're watching all these movies for the wrong reason. There's not gonna be some happy ending, there's not gonna be some crazy action sequence, there's not gonna... I mean, there are in some of these, but just watch it for the profoundness and for the fact that you're experiencing a different feeling than your usual movie. Cosmic horror in general is the reason I love horror so fucking much. It encapsulates everything about it, the good and the bad. It's the only genre that I truly feel can experiment with the vast craziness of cinema. What other genre are you gonna see someone get their head ripped off, turn into a spider, get flamethrowered, everyone else tied down to a chair, and then their blood comes out and becomes different shit? You can't find that shit anywhere else other than in horror. And it's phenomenal. When I was a kid and I first saw The Thing, and the way I got The Thing was interesting. I would always go into the movie sections of stores whenever I was taken by my parents, and this particular time my mother took me and I saw The Thing. I just saw the front cover. I didn't know what the fuck it was about. I'd never seen a trailer, I'd never heard of it, but I saw it and I wanted it. And I was like, Mummy, can I have this? She's like, fuck no, you can't have it. It's MA. You're not having that. She thought I put it back. I snuck it into the trolley. We eventually get to the front counter and she's putting all the shit on the checkout to go through. And she comes across The Thing, this fucking movie, and she looks at me like, and she puts it through, and I got the movie, which was really cool. You know, that's one of those cheeky moments that only a fucking kid can get away with. A really cute kid. Don't take that the wrong fucking way. And yeah, I got back later that evening, stuck the movie on, watched it, had my mind blown. Fuck! I think The Thing may have been the most pivotal movie I ever saw as a kid. That or Predator or Terminator, something like that. But The Thing did it for me. It was the bee's knees. And you know what? On that story, I'm going to leave it there. There's other films out there that actually, fuck no I won't. Aniara. I think that's what it's called. Aniara. Let me look that up. Holy shit, you gotta watch Aniara. Yep, Aniara. Now this is a... fuck, what is it? Is it a French movie? I think it's a French movie. This one is really cool. This one's really cool. This is the perfect example of you do not need a single monster to be cosmic horror. So this one is about these, there's Mars and there's Earth. Earth is fucked. It's that time of the year where Earth is going to be destroyed because the sun's coming in and all that. Like the shit's just gone wrong with Earth. So go to Mars, live there. One of the ships, the vessels that takes the people up, there's a meteor coming, and unless they want everyone to just outright die, they have to veer. And so they veer, so the meteor misses them, but they miss Mars. And because they are only going on the one trajectory, they have to wait till they hit another planet, and they can use that planet's gravitational pull to loop them back. And that next planet isn't going to come for another 2 years. And so it's about them dealing with themselves, everyone on this one ship, dealing with each other. It is very depressing. That is a warning. Very depressing. But my God, is it delicious. I can't say enough good things about this movie, but if there's any film that you are going to dive into, make sure you do this one in the right mindset. You are sat there, you are ready for a French movie, you read the subtitles, don't dub the fucking thing, and you turn off all the lights and the curtains at night or whatever, and you allow yourself to get sucked into this beast. You will come out of it a different person. Cosmic horror is a place where anything fucked up can happen without having to explicitly show or tell you. You are allowed to sit and think and revelate about your own existence, about what you've just seen unfold, and it is one of the rare genres that will make you need to dive deeper into it. If that doesn't tickle you and your fancy, cool, more power to you. There's other genres out there. But for me and any of you other weird fucking nerds out there, I am such an advocate for this genre, and it is insane to me that people are obsessed with getting it wrong. But on that beautifully cheerful note, I'm going to leave it there. Watch these movies. Let us know in the comments if there are any others that you recommend that I've missed, because I've missed a heap. This would be a very long video if ever I was to mention every single one, and I'm only human, I haven't seen them all either. So please give me some suggestions, fuck ya. Don't be greedy. Well, without me having need to say anything else, you take care. Oh, actually, before you go, not that you give a shit, but this is how much I love it. This is a Cthulhu, fuck, how do I show you? This is a Cthulhu tattoo right here. See, there's like a Cthulhu skull, and there's the tentacles, they go down to a mad and die. Thought I'd just explain-a-brag that shit to you for absolutely no reason. Not to brag though, like this arm isn't even done yet, it needs some work. But you take care, yeah? Until next time, see you on Cinema Depths.
That's about it.
See you at the party, Richter.